present, or future, the City of Dillon has a rich heritage. Join us now for Down Home Dillon, where we will focus on our history, present accomplishments, and the future of our great city. Welcome to Down Home Dillon.
All right, hello, welcome to Down Home Dillon on this March 3rd afternoon. Kind of breezy out there, but heading on into spring. A lot of rain in the city and around the PD area. A lot of people's going through some flooding issues right now, so we hope that abates soon. We're going to talk to City Manager again, Mr. Wagner, here in a few minutes. Ever since I no longer am the mayor, I'm kind of not in the loop to the day-to-day things with the city, or the week-to-week for that matter. So I kind of have to fill him out and tell me at the same time we relay that over to you. I do know that there has been a little more activity on downtown interest in the buildings, and I look forward to going to City Council meeting in the next month or two to try to do my best to restate these grants or these upfit grants for people looking to buy depressed property, and I think the city would be well served by maybe tightening the rules and regulations on them, but allow people to go in and they can get some help on reimbursement on some of the things you can do to bring these buildings back to code, or bring them up to a suitable position where they would be bought, or at least somebody would come in and have an interest in having a place to start a business or whatever they want to do, rather than their first inclination is, how in the heck do I fix this building up and how much is that going to cost me? But anyway, it always is the obligation of the property owner. I'd like to see the property owners do a little more with their buildings, rather than they get so deteriorated that you spend way more money than you would have had just by doing proper maintenance. But we're going to talk about that a little bit and get back here just in a little bit with Mr. Wagner and see what is going on in and around our city here in Dillon. So we'll be right back in a moment.
Experience true Southern hospitality. Enjoy an unforgettable day of golf and warm up your game right here in your own backyard at the newly renovated City of Dillon Municipal Golf Course, formerly Twin Lakes. If you haven't shot around here recently, you should give it a try. With 18 holes for $18 every Thursday, value is in the bag. Memberships are available and no tee time required, but call ahead anyway. We'll get a cart ready for you.
Okay, welcome back, Down Home Dillon. I got Mr. Glenn Wagner with us here, like I had the past few times due to COVID. And Glenn, how you doing?
Doing good, Todd. We're doing well. It's been, a year now?
A year, that's right.
And next week, I think it's a year since COVID shut down everything in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And they.
Yeah, I heard on the news today, we'll be, kind of up maybe a little sense of normalcy in May. Then you listen to Fauci, he's talking about wearing masks into 2022. So who knows? We'll see. But Glenn, I was on when I opened up today, one of the things I was thinking of was the bank, the new bank that First Bank is building on Harrison and 301. They're building that very quick, even pending all this bad weather, that they really are moving. What's the timeline? Do y'all have a timeline on with the City of Dillon moving the police department when they come out of their present location?
No, we do not. It'll be a part of our budget process that I'll begin here probably in the next month. We've got to find some funds through some grants to help rehab or redo some things inside of the building, additional walls, things of that to make more office spaces. But when First Bank, and I think you were there that day when they broke ground, I think somebody said that they were shooting to be in that building June of this year. So
yeah, it's quick.
They're moving along pretty quick, and that's okay. We like for them to do that. I suspect that, what we do with that building once they move out, if we actually are going to put the police department in there, which I'm not saying we're not, but there's some other discussions of doing something possibly different. But if we do, I still think that's a year away before that's done. I'm not going to rush it. There's some things that we need to do in that building.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, to make office space, and then upstairs, we like to do some things upstairs in that building as well. And if we're going to utilize the upstairs, then we've got to think about how to get people upstairs instead of the steps or the stairwell. Maybe have to put in an elevator if need to be. So, this time next year, hopefully we either got a plan or we started, doing some construction inside of that building.
Yeah. Now, I'm just thinking out loud. You probably can get, some of your department in there now in the existing offices just to relieve because I know you're cramped where they are. I mean, you might help
could.
some.
Absolutely, we could. And we can do some things as far as putting up temporary type walls with some cubicles and things of that nature. So, yeah, I mean, if it was something we had to do starting tomorrow, I think we could do it. But, get in there, and once First Bank gets out, we can get a better idea of the space and what needs to be removed or added, things of that nature.
All right, we're going to take a short break and be right back and talk about a couple events coming up here right around the corner.
Experience true Southern hospitality. Enjoy an unforgettable day of golf and warm up your game right here in your own backyard at the newly renovated City of Dillon Municipal Golf Course, formerly Twin Lakes. If you haven't shot around here recently, you should give it a try. With 18 holes for $18 every Thursday, value is in the bag. Memberships are available and no tee time required, but call ahead anyway. We'll get a cart ready for you.
All right, welcome back. Glenn, I know we got St. Patrick's Day coming here shortly. I don't even know today. Is it March 17th? That generally what that is?
Somewhere in that time frame.
What are we going to do?
This year we're not doing a St. Patty's Day festival. Just the fact that during the planning stage, trying to figure out how we were going to do things with numbers of people and not sure. Back in January, I'm not saying that COVID hasn't been bad throughout the year with us in Dillon and Dillon County as a whole. But 1st of January, right after Christmas, there was a lot of sick people.
Yeah.
So just decided it probably was best just to let it go through and not worry about March. However, we are planning to go forward with Celebrate Maine at the end of April.
End of April, yeah. I know the St. Patrick's Day event last year, that was the last event. Everything shut down right after that. We knew that next Monday it was going to be a different world, that Saturday at that event.
That is correct. We had the St. Patty's Day event along with the chili cook-off, and you're absolutely correct. When we broke down on that Saturday afternoon, that Monday is when we started closing things. When I say I'm talking about the city as far as closing offices to the public, things of that nature. And we've run some rough spots, but we're doing good right now.
Yeah. All right, the festival, you're looking at a full festival, or are you gearing down?
Well, so we met this morning and going to scale down. First and foremost, 2 weeks ago, the Chamber of Commerce, along with the car show folks, Jimmy Bryant and those,
saw him last night.
They have applied through the Department of Commerce for permission to hold the festival 2 weeks ago, and that was in place by the governor's mandate. If you have more than 250 people at an outdoor event, you have to get permission through the Department of Commerce. They filled out the application, got permission, and then Friday of this past week, the governor comes out and says you no longer need permission to do these. He was lifting those mandates as of Monday of this past week. So we're going to stick with what was applied for permission-wise, and they have scaled down the number of vendors. And instead of having vendors throughout Main Street, on the sides and in the middle of the street, we're taking vendors out, or they're taking vendors out in the middle of the street to give us more room for social distancing.
Yeah.
So I think I was told this morning, last year there was about 70 vendors. This year there's going to be about 35. So, 50% cut.
Right.
Well, the vendors. But, it gives more room. And, I think people will adapt to it. We're still having entertainment as we've had in the past. This year our entertainment for the band is going to be True Soul, which have some connections here in Dillon County, is my understanding. They were actually scheduled to play last year for us, but since we canceled it, we brought them back this year. And still going to have our kids' zone activities. Won't be any inflatables. Those were taken out due to trying to social distance as much as possible and less cleaning of the inflatables as each and every one touches them. But there are going to be more things to do for the kids, so we're looking forward to it.
All right. Well, it's an outside event, so that's the good thing. And,
it is.
As long as you're outside, I think you're fine. Let me switch gears here on the second that I get a question a lot, and I hear it brought up a lot. Y'all got any ideas about the plans with Zaxby's?
Actually, we do. I spoke with some folks with Zaxby's probably 3-4 weeks ago to find out what their end goal was, and they are planning. And we received the packet of their new design, or their interior new design of their building. They are starting to go back to work to fix what was torn up during the accident where the car ran through it.
Yeah.
We have signed off on their plans, so they should be starting here soon, which is great. They've been missed.
Yeah, they have. Let me ask you, when they're starting soon, are they talking about remodeling their current building or knocking it down?
No, the current building will stay as is.
Okay.
They're just going to do some reconfiguration, I think, possibly with their drive-through.
Right.
They want to do something different with their drive-through. Not sure exactly what. I kind of envision possibly they may be, in today's world with drive-throughs, now you're 2 lanes, it seems like. So they may be looking at doing something with 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Their goal is to either have started construction and or finished the construction in the summer.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good news. That's a restaurant that did extremely well here.
Absolutely. When we look at our what we call our hot meals tax on a monthly basis, and as you remember, that was a $50,000 to $52,000 revenue producer for the city. It has increased more so than I thought, even with Zaxby's being out of the conversation. So that's been good. But we also, got some restaurants that are opened up, new restaurants that have opened up in town. And we're always hearing about why can't we get this, this, and this. But it's great to have local restaurants as well. I haven't been able to get something at one of the 2 of the new ones that have opened up here in the last 2 weeks. They're just so doggone busy. But looking forward to those and still using or utilizing the local restaurants we have in town.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention anything about the 2 because I just don't know enough right now to talk about it and give it, maybe the next show we'll know a little bit more of what to say and direct people, to go to them and support them. But right now, just don't know enough.
And if you read social media, you hear good things. So that's a positive.
Yeah, but more restaurants, the better for them all. We still need a downtown restaurant / bar. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You need a bar downtown with a restaurant.
We do, someone mentioned the other day, I was reading something on social media that there needs to be Sunday alcohol sales. Well, if you remember correctly, that was voted on in November by the general public in the city, and it passed 62 or 63% of the folks voted for it, passed it, and it's there in place for somebody to take advantage of it. Right now, based off the Department of Revenue's website, who oversees alcohol sales, there's two locations in the city that have permits to sell alcohol on Sunday, but they're not restaurants.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's Food Line and KJ's. And just to give an idea, alcohol license, whether it's beer, wine, or liquor, each county has a particular month every other year. That's when those folks that have it in their county, when their permit expires. The Dillon County permits expire at the end of May. So I'm assuming come June, restaurants that sell alcohol now or are wanting to sell alcohol now, they will probably start the Sunday sales if that's something they want to do with their June permit. Because if they'd have bought them today for 3 months, it costs too much for them for that 3-month period instead of over 24 months. So I think that's the reason we haven't seen that from the restaurant standpoint. But I believe it'll come, and hopefully that will drive, whether it's a national brand or a local mom and pop type restaurant that opens up with it. That'd be a good thing.
Yeah. Before I go to the last segment, I would like to see the city put down in a little, just a 1-2 page sheet of paper that you can hand to a business owner or entrepreneur of the incentives of opening up a new business on Main Street or in the historic historic district, and bam, they know what you got.
Yeah, we have that. I'm not quite sure if it's on our webpage, and if not, we need to add it. But we also have given it to the Dillon Community Alliance group, who's kind of helping us on some things. They have that along with about the facade grants, anything that we have to help someone to open a business or to rehab their business as far as the exterior goes. So we do have some things in place, but we have found that a lot of people, well, I shouldn't use the word a lot. Some people just go ahead and do things without asking questions.
Oh, they always have.
And then, that kind of starts them on the wrong foot. But, if someone's interested in opening a business or just want knowledge about it, please reach out to us. More than happy to give you all the information you need. We have actually, I don't think we've had anybody take advantage of our incentives for new businesses. That's been in place now probably 2 years. I think you were still on.
Yeah, well, we initiated.
Yeah. So nobody's really taken advantage of it, and we tell people as they come in and apply for permits or business license that, hey, you need to take advantage of it. Same as the facade grant. This year, the facade grants have slowly slowed down as far as people applying for the facade grants, which, for those that don't know, is to help maybe paint the exterior of a business downtown, new signage, if they need new windows, kind of help put them in new windows at a percentage of what that cost would be. So, again, the Dillon Community Alliance group is kind of heading that up for us, and pushing those things out, trying to help those folks to get going.
On the 2-cent hospitality tax, what's the balance of that fund now? It's got to be right around $1 million. Closely.
It was close to $1 million, if memory serves me, in January. We made our 16th, 17, 18, 19, our 16th annual payment in February.
To the Wellness Center.
Which is, $230,000. So once you took that out, we're down to about $800,000, and we probably collected for the month for February $50,000. So we're somewhere around the $825 to $875 range, I think.
Yeah, I think you're bringing in right at 600. Wait a minute. Per year, you're bringing in What are you bringing in? You're averaging about 45, 50,000 a month, aren't we?
Yeah, we average about 600,000 a year.
600,000 a year. Yeah. I'm not going to get into it now, but I'm going to lobby, you here soon on the city starting those upfit grants again, if not but two of them or three of them. But I think you really need to tighten the screws on that.
Yeah,
not pay them out till they are finished and every I's dotted and T's crossed, and you either do it the right way or you don't get it at all. And
that is something we will look at in this budget year coming. We didn't do it this past budget year, but that's something we will look at. I think it's something needed. And again, we learned from the first ones that the second group, I believe, more so than the first group. We've got to make sure that everybody does what they're supposed to do.
And if they don't, they just don't get it. You just don't spend a ton of time with them and babysit them. You give them the hand it out what they got to do, and they do it in the right timeline, or you just don't do it and you don't waste your time with them, and that's just the way it should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick pause, be right back, and close this out. Just a second.
Experience true Southern hospitality. Enjoy an unforgettable day of golf and warm up your game right here in your own backyard at the newly renovated City of Dillon Municipal Golf Course, formerly Twin Lakes. If you haven't shot around here recently, you should give it a try. With 18 holes for $18 every Thursday, value is in the bag. Memberships are available and no tee time required, but call ahead anyway. We'll get a cart ready for you.
Welcome back down home, Dillon. Real quick, while I got Glenn here, I know he's got to move on. Anything that you want to bring up on the Wellness Center from the side of ball season? Any particular ball season sign up?
Yeah. We need to talk about that. Last year at this time we were getting ready to start youth sports, spring sports, baseball, softball, and had to put a stop to it and got it started back in June, so they had a little summer play. We've been taking registration for baseball and softball now since the 1st of February, and truthfully, the numbers are not very good. So actually, the last day for both baseball and softball was scheduled for the end of February for registration, but they've been extended for 2 more weeks. So, hopefully we can get the kids out to play. And now that I think I read today, we're going to go at least 7 to 8 days without rain. Hasn't done that in 9 months.
I know.
So hopefully when the sun comes out again and warms up, that'll get people's attention. But yeah, we need the youth to be engaged in some sort of activity, and youth baseball and youth softball for girls is a good exercise and social climate for these folks to be in. So I know a lot of them missed it, but I think some that didn't play last year due to the COVID-19 got used to not doing anything. So we got to get people back into doing things. And it's sad to say, but throughout the PD region is seeing hard hits of lack of numbers of kids participating in youth sports. Other parts of the state, the upstate, and the low country, none of their numbers have really come down due to the COVID-19. But in the PD area, it's been a struggle for all of youth sports.
Yeah, I know. Anything on the Plaza Cinema? Y'all heard anything from the owner?
No, we have not. And at this point in time, with the governor's easing up on his mandates, theaters have been open now for a while. Even though there had to be some social distancing and things of that nature.
Right.
I have not heard anything out of those folks. We need to reach out and see what their end game's going to be, but I assume they'd be open here sooner than later.
Right. Well, I know you got some things coming in around Radford Boulevard, 34, and we'll talk about that later. I believe you're going to be able to annex those in if they aren't already in the city limits, and so the city's growing due to the port, and that'll continue. So, Glenn, if there's nothing else for the good of the city, I'm going to let you go, and we'll catch you next time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you. All right, folks, we going to go ahead and close it out till let's see, it's March. I can't even keep up with time anymore. But see you next month, hopefully April, before the festival, downtown festival. Hope you give a little more information on that. Good to see you again. Stay safe, and we'll see you next month on Down Home Dillon.